inform you all about mullein. Some people call it lamb's ear. Some people call it nature's toilet paper. Anyways, we're going to call it mullein because I was corrected from a very intelligent beekeeper that that's what it was called, was mullein. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys pictures of it. It grows wild here in Oklahoma. It grows in ditches, of all things. It grows prolifically all over the place here. So here's a picture of mullein. Looks like a weed, doesn't it? Well, it's mainly because it is. Okay, here's what happens at the top of the stalk though, okay? So it flowers. What we are doing today is we are making a tea with mullein. And I wanted to show you guys how we do that. So, why are you making a tea, Amber? Our poor friend Kim M. She's come down with bronchitis and lung infection and respiratory, I know, nature's toilet paper, a respiratory yuckiness. So why do I need mullein tea? You need mullein tea anytime that you have anything respiratory to go on. So I'm going to give you the lowdown on it. Pardon me while I read it. Apparently this plant contains something called saponins. Saponins goes into your respiratory tract and it loosens up all of the phlegm in there, causing it to release, to come out. So it's basically going to do the same thing that an over-the-counter Mucinex would do. But this is found in the wild. So how can you get it? Well, you go out, you can either pick the leaves or you can pick the flowers. With the tea, the flowering part of this, let me show you again. No mo RX, that's right. A Meyer. The flowering part of this is going to make a sweeter tea. This is going to need a lot more honey. Sweeter tea, a lot more honey. Okay. So with that, we are going to try to get Kim feeling better with mullein tea because she's not doing too well. And she told me, well, I've got to take an antibiotic and I've got to go see the doctor and I got to get the steroid shot. That just makes me cringe. You can do this in your backyard. So I didn't know that you could until a friend enlightened us. So what I'm doing right now is we are taking, you can use the flower, not the stocky part, the flower off of the mullein and those big leaves, or little guys, depending on the size of what you find. But the flowers make a sweeter tea. Everybody likes sugar. We're obsessed with sugar. So basically you need to take the flowers off if you like a sweeter tea. If you don't like the sweeter tea, then you need to use the leaves. So from here we are steeping. It calls for dried mullein leaves. If you guys have a dehydrator, just dehydrate the mullein because you're going to use it a lot come fall and winter, nasty cold season time. What we did is we just did them raw. So we just picked them right from the plants, washed them off beforehand, and now we're boiling them. All right, so here we go. We're on about 10 minutes. Steep about 4 to 5 leaves in boiling water for about 10 to 15 minutes. Obviously, the longer that you steep them, the more antioxidants, the more saponins, the natural detergents, which makes coughs, release and expel to come out more. So then what we did beforehand is I went ahead and I put some ice already, because we drink it like a cold tea, if you will. We put some ice inside of our jar here. I added honey, all right? This honey, you guys, my mom brought me to this man's hut, and he does local raw honey. Now Kim, she lives locally, so that's why I chose to use this type of honey. If you can, support your local beekeeper. Give them all the money that you can. So what I did is it calls for 1 to 2 teaspoons. I did a tablespoon because I know Kim, my friend, who needs this lovely, delicious tea to release this bronchitis and these asthmatic issues that she's having. So I went ahead and I did 1 tablespoon inside of there already, so that when I pour my hot tea on there, it's going to go ahead and just mix it all in. And hold it, our friend Peppermint came. Yes, that's right. We added today also one drop of peppermint. Okay, this is probably going to work after drinking 1 to 3 cups. 1 to 3 cups in one day, you're going to feel those saponins working in your respiratory tract and to get that fungus and that nastiness out. So I did go ahead and I added 1 drop of peppermint to it as well to try to go ahead and to try to go ahead and basically make it a little bit sweeter. So here we go. We're on 10 to 15 minutes right now of Mullein tea. We're gonna pour this boiling hot guy in here. I'm using a cheesecloth, if you will, to drain out the mullein leaves, because that's where it is right there.
Do you want any water in there, Mom?
All right, so we just poured our boiling hot mullein in. We used, again, about 4 to 5 leaves. Oh, I can already smell the peppermint, you guys. We added 1 tablespoon of raw local honey for our friend who's got a nasty case of bronchitis, and 1 drop of peppermint. These are the leaves that you're going to look for. Again, it's called mullein, or lamb's ear. A lot of people have heard it called. So from here, we're just going to pop this up. I just kept this on with my lovely assistant. It's very hot, lovely assistant. So from here, now we're just going to go ahead and add some more water to it. Again, we make this as a cold tea because, well, our family likes colder drinks. Go ahead and put it in the sink. Lovely assistant. Thank you, darling. Okay, so from here, we're just going to mix this together. Again, this is mullein. This basically comes straight out of the ground like a wild weed here in Oklahoma. If it does not grow prolifically like it does here in Oklahoma, you can find this at your local health food store. It's already dried up in your local health food store, but it is very expensive at your local health food store. I'm going to stop saying local health food store. How about that? Okay, so again, or Amazon. Thanks, man. Yes, absolutely, or Amazon. But if you guys can, if you can dehydrate the leaves, it's going to be much better for you. Again, we just pick it straight from the ground. Its effects work within 3 to 4 cups almost immediately within that 24 hours that you're taking it. Steep the mullein leaves in hot water just like we did for about 15 minutes. And basically it's going to soothe any irritated membranes inside of your throat. So this is going to be huge. If coming up in that fall and winter season, you guys, when we've got all those nasty bugs coming around, and they just get in there and they make things all nasty. This is going to relieve basically anything that's going on in there. So don't run to your doctor. Don't. Go run outside. Run to your local health food store. I said it again. And pick up mullein and make this tea. We're going to try to get it up on our website, honestfamilyliving.com. It will be titled probably Mullein Tea because it's a staple around here. Sometimes I just drink it just because I like to drink it. So again, Mullein Tea.